You're watching JD's Variety Channel.
Alrighty then, so I am out hunting a semi-old ball field today. It's in behind a school that was built, I think, right around 1954-ish, somewhere in the mid-50s. And this is what I've pulled out of the sports field itself so far. We got $1.75 in quarters, 40 cents in dimes, 20 cents in nickels, and a couple pennies. So, hey, we're already over $2, and I've only been hunting for, you know, maybe about 40 minutes. And why don't you look behind me though? Look at these bleachers. You don't see them like this much anymore. So I'm definitely gonna go back in here because there's a lot of space. They don't have tarps back there or nothing. And wow, can't imagine what could be down under there. It just depends on how often, you know, these bleachers are used. I don't know if they do a ton of events here or not. But yeah, man, this is perfect for stuff to fall down in here. So I'm gonna poke around down there for a little bit and we'll see what's down there. And if it's a good spot, man, I'll just keep clearing out every signal I get. There's gotta be a ring or two down there. Okay, I'm down in under the bleachers now, and a good sign, just after I took like 2 swipes, I popped out a nickel right away. You can see it's really corroded, which means it's been down there for a while. That's exactly what we wanted to see after 1 or 2 swipes. So I have a feeling this is going to be really good under here. I'm going to take a break because I was already swinging out in the field for maybe about 40 minutes. So I'm going to grab a drink, get my smaller shovel, because this is like really soft in here. You know, I don't need this big shovel. So that's an awesome sign. Let's get geared up, take a little break, and then we're going to crawl around down under here. There's a ton of trash back in under these, which is making it hard to isolate coin tones, so I'm just going to start digging a lot of crap and see what comes up. You can see right where the opening is where the rain would drip, so it has like this washed out in rows, and the coins are sitting right in the rows because that's right where they would roll off the back, and they just fall straight down and land right in there. And there's just, you know, for every row of seats there are, there's just another one. So I've been swinging up and through them, and that's where I'm hitting all the coins. I just got a quarter right there, went over just like another foot, and there's another quarter. Okay, so those other ones are across the field. They're not the main bleachers, which is why I don't think there's quite as much under them. A ton of trash, but not as many coins as I expected, which would be a sign of like jewelry and stuff too. But here's the main ones. I don't even know if I'd have the patience to deal with all this. This is ridiculous. But maybe I'll look around, see if there's any paper money down here. Crazy how much garbage. Now they have tarps draped over most of them, but this one you can see is pulled back. And we'll poke around a minute, see if there's anything interesting under here. Good grief. Let me know if you see anything good. I'm not even going to bother trying to run the detector down here. There's just too much crap. Pull tab, foil wrappers, Pepsi bottle cap. Unreal. See, this one has a tarp covering most of it. You can tell we had a ton of rain. It's all nasty under here. Box of Krispy Kremes. that? It's like the top of a thermos. I'm thinking the way the wind would blow in, it would blow the paper money back up this way. Yep, you can see a Snickers wrapper in the cinder block there. So that is where all the paper's blowing. Okay, so I'm in on the side of the skull, and unfortunately I thought the skull had more property back here, but you can see that little runoff right there. From that and over is this church's property, which I don't have permission to hunt, so I pretty much have to stay right into here and back in this area. And you can see there's been a lot of groundwork, but I wanted to show this to you guys real quick. And man, we had a ton of rain yesterday. It is so sloppy out here. Probably gonna have to resort to putting my boots on. But these wings that are coming out toward me this way are newer. This is one of those skulls where, unless you really researched it, you really wouldn't think it's all that old. Most of the wings of this skull were not built until, I believe, sometime in like the late 60s, or actually I think it was the early 1970s. And that, on that end, is the main trunk of the skull. You can see the bricks a little bit different of a color. That's the main part of the skull that runs this way, and most of the skull has been added onto after the original was built. So we'll see if we find anything. I do have a coin. Just stepped in a puddle. I do have a coin in the hole here, so we'll pull it out and see how old it is. It's a penny. Hopefully it's a wheat penny, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it is a wheat penny. Well, so I at least know there's some stuff back here. This is a sign that I should stick it out and see what other targets I can find. It looks like 1954 Denver. Awesome. Actually, honestly, I didn't really think I was going to find anything back here. Okay, it looks like I got a nickel in the hole now. It's only been about 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and see how old it is. Oh, that one's just 1994. But yeah, good to know there's some coins back here. Yeah, I'm still right here and I got another coin. So it doesn't look like anybody's ever metal detected back here. It actually, honestly, it looks like a terrible place to metal detect unless you knew how old the skull was. But obviously on this wing of the skull there was some activity. I can't imagine all the old stuff that's buried under the old athletic field. But I'm down here, and the targets aren't going to sink too far in this because this is a really thick rocky clay back here. You can see kind of tucked down in there where my finger is. It looks like a really toasty looking penny. So I'm going to guess that's going to be a Wheatie, or at least a memorial that dates back to the 60s. That's my guess. Well, it's high relief, so it's going to at least go back to the 60s. And it's got the memorial on the back, so high relief but a memorial. This penny's going to date from anywhere from 1959 to 1968. And I'll rub it off and let you know what it is, the exact date, when I start the next clip. Well, that coin's actually too crusty to see the date on unless I clean it off more, but it's 1960 something. And you can see this mineralized clay is really going to chew the coins up back here. You can even see how nasty the imprint is with all that corrosion. But there's coins back here, so even if they look this ugly, we're going to keep digging them, because if you find a silver, silver doesn't corrode like that. So if we find a silver, it's going to look pretty. Okay, so I got a signal here. It's ringing like pretty much a dead-on clad quarter. But it's shown a little bit of depth. Not counting the grass, it's probably about 3 inches down, 2 to 3. So in case it's a silver coin, we'll do it live. I'm actually very happy that there's targets back here. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find at least something decent today. A little bit better than a wheat penny, I would say anyway. Oh, this rocky clay is something else to dig in. And I'm using the White's TRX pinpointer today. And called that one Clad quarter, and that one's not very old. That's a 2000 Maryland State quarter. On to the next. And gray squirrel checking me out. But anyhow, I've been digging some more Clad coins. Got like a quarter, a couple dimes, a nickel, and just working in behind the school, back by the brush now. And I thought this was going to be a piece of trash, and it's something really cool. Rang up just like a nickel. Junior Fire Inspector, Tennessee. It's like some little badge. That's really neat. But anyhow, you can see right here, get the pinpointer turned off. It even left an imprint. You can read it where I pulled it off the dirt. It's really packed down in there. That's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that find. This alone was worth stopping here. Let's keep moving. Looks like I may be onto an older coin spill here. Right out of this hole, right there, I just pulled this 1967 penny. I'll throw that on my shovel, and I had a signal right next to it. And let's flip it out. It's right here. Appears to be another penny. That one looks old as well. Ooh, I think that one's... There it is. I always get one. First year issue memorial, 1959. So we'll set that back in the shovel there too. It was a real bouncy tone. It was going from high tone down to penny, which makes sense because it was 2 coins. So while I got the camera on, see if there's more. There's a signal right to the side of the plug, but it's not a coin tone. That's pretty much standard pull tab signal. But obviously, because it's right next to the other coin, I'll dig it. It could be a coin spill, just causing them to ring in funny. So I'll cut the camera, finish digging this hole, and we'll see what it is. And I called that one. It was just a pull tab next to the side of it. So 2 pennies, 2 old pennies, a pull tab, and I also pulled a old piece of the brick out of the hole from the skull. Okay, so I have a really high deep signal here, and just in case it's silver, we're going to finish this one live. Get some of these rocks out of the hole. Right down there. So on this one, we're going to bust out Excalibur and see if we can locate it. About right down on top of it. Just gonna go carefully around the sides. Should be right there. Almost touching it. See something down there, but I'm pretty sure it's just scrap. So go ahead and lift it out. It's just the end of an old aluminum tube. I don't know. Not sure what that's for. Kind of pointed end, maybe for old tube of glue or something. Well, that's a bummer. That was about 5 inches down in the clay. Rang up pretty darn good. Between this side door of the skull and down by that little bridge right here, there's a lot of modern coins. So I'm guessing a lot of the kids maybe either live back here or go to this church, and they just always go from the skull right across that bridge, because there's a lot of coins from like the 70s up and through even the early 2000s all in this section here. I'm on the other wing of the school now. Unfortunately, the front of the school is all a parking lot and a playground area, so anything old up there has been long buried. But anyhow, there's tons of signals in this little strip down and through here, but I think it's mostly going to be modern trash, like from when they built this school. And this school right next door was built in the 70s, so it's really not all that old. You can tell from the brick. But anyway, I dug a couple of huge deep targets just to see what we were onto, and there's like a big piece of aluminum like 6 inches down, and then this big brass fitting. So we're probably gonna call this spot quits. I'll poke around a little bit longer, but about 3 inches down there, I got a 1981 quarter that's extremely corroded. Been down there a while. So there are coins mixed in here, and I'm sure there's a few oldies somewhere hiding. We just gotta try and coax them out. You gotta love when that happens. You flip open the plug, you see the imprint, and the coin's right on the tip of your shovel. It's a nickel. Well, it's gonna be dark soon. I'm hunting this high school that was built in the early 1970s now. And the reason I'm hunting it is because there's a possibility of some old stuff on this side. Right where that building is there, right where that one is, and a little bit over, there used to be 2 homes that were on the 1935 aerials, and the homes were much older than that. By the 1940s, I believe it was, they were torn down according to the map. So I figure there may be some old stuff in this field up here. But I don't know, I don't know why, but man, I got a scratchy deep signal, which is what I was chasing. I'm chasing coin tones over here. I dug a clad quarter so far, and I got like 8 inches down in this pretty nice soil, and it was a penny, but it's only from 1971, so that's not a good sign to have a modern coin that deep. But we'll poke around here, and only got about half hour till dark, and hopefully we can pull something good out. So I tried field in there around a walking track, thinking there may be a lot of clad coins and jewelry, just to kind of get an idea what was over there. There really wasn't many targets other than really shallow modern stuff, so I left over there, and I'm back in the front of the school working this field, seeing if I can find anything older or maybe some jewelry up here, because I actually can't believe how many coins are out in this field. I don't think anybody's ever metal detected it, but I got a pouch full of coins, and I thought this was funny, so I just figured I'd show it on camera. We had a perfect compact little coin ball. So we'll bust it open, see what it is in there. Just a copper penny. Alrighty, we'll keep searching. Where they put these pipes in, man, they definitely buried some stuff. I'm chasing some of those faint ones, and boy was this weak. You can see it right there, it's a quarter, but it's only like 1997 or something. You can see the imprint, but man, it was almost 10 inches down in this clay, and there's like another similar signal right there. But good grief, these modern coins are way too deep. So there was definitely some dirt added on top of this, at least around in kind of this general section here where these pipes went in. But I will persevere. Alrighty, so let's take a brief look at everything I found today, minus the trash. So we'll push this out of the way. That's the back end of a toy car I found. But yeah, pretty much today the story was coins. I didn't find any jewelry, rings, or anything like that. But I did find that one awesome little relic. I haven't done any research on it yet. I usually, unless I find something incredible, I normally post the video before I actually even do my research. So I pretty much find out about things the same times you guys do. That's unless sometimes when people comment, they actually inform me of what I found before I actually even have time to research it myself. So there you go. It's like a little pin badge or something. Junior Fire Inspector, Tennessee. It's really cool. I like that a lot. But yeah, just a pile of coins. I totaled it up. I believe it came to $5.83. So that was a lot of digging today. And I did get the one wheat penny. So it was nice to at least squeak one older coin out of these locations. I was hoping for more, but hey, we'll take it. Got a couple neat finds today, and about as much money as I needed to pay for my gas. So thanks everyone for watching. Take care, and happy swinging.